placed precisely in the middle of this crossroad. And one craft was going left at identical speeds of the one going right. Their timing was accurate when they crossed this X where I was standing. The one going east met each time it circled the world. It met identical exact time speed in the spot where I was standing. And then I noted again, there was one coming from the north going south, and one from the south was headed north with the timing of the other two going east and west. And I said to the voice that was showing me these things, these eyes, what is going on? Here's 4 crafts going 4 different directions, meeting at the same place where I stand, exactly pinpointed in the middle of this crossroad, and they met each other and never crashed into each other. One would pass alongside going north, one going south would pass at this exact spot. One going east would pass to one going west at the same spot where I stood. And I said, your speed is so fast that I don't understand the reason why you cross this path of this pinpointed spot you have placed me in the middle of this crossroad. And at their speed, they spoke with me and showed me something that would complete the interpretation of this dream and this vision. A hand came out while they were traveling at this tremendous speed. A hand came out and handed me a feather, a pointed feather like the kind they used to write with, but it was a real small, beautiful white feather. They placed it to my hand, and they were still traveling. Now remember, if each craft was 3/4 of the size of the earth, that means with 4 crafts, there would be a completion of covering the whole world. That means that the answer comes now from the voice of those eyes which spoke with me. It says, man, me, is speaking to, push that feather into the point you stand. Push it in between the 4 crafts as they cross this 4 corner. I said, put the feather inside. They said, find an open spot and place the feather inside of that crack or the open spot that you find between these 4 crafts. And I looked very hard and I thought, and I said to them, the 4 crafts, the voices, it can't be done, it's impossible. There's no crack into your speed and distance. There's no crack, not even for this little feather. And the voice said, correct, you are absolutely right. Understand the interpretation of that feather and these 4 crafts. We are the 4 winds of heaven spoken of throughout the testament of Adonai. These 4 crafts were the 4 angels of the 4 winds, which Zechariah and the other prophets saw, what Ezekiel saw, what Daniel saw. We are those that you are listening to. The reason that you cannot place this feather and find a crack in between the accuracy of this speed, because there is none. The interpretation and meaning of this to you, speaking to me, the eyes were speaking to me, the 7 eyes, and the 4 chariots, which were the 4 craft, which stood for the 4 winds, which stood for the 4 angels of the earth, east, west, north, and south. The meaning is this to you, meaning me, listener, that with God there is no cracks. You follow me? The timing and the power of God is so accurate, nothing evil could enter the kingdom, which was in the midst of these crafts. And the reason they went left to right, east to west, and north to south was to see and not miss one thing man done on earth, whether good or bad. That's the accuracy of the Adonai's eyes, that he knows everything that a man thinks, does, and carry out. And he knows his works. The same as the field that I told you. Each man had his own bag, cotton sack. This is what was the second dream of mine that I told you I would tell you and show you the power of Adonai. Adonai is an unchanging word. It does not come back void. What spills out goes forward, never to return void. And my dreams will never come back void. You are judged according to your works and whatever it is that you may do or think. And you will be placed either in the book of life, or your works will place you into the books of death, and you shall be rolled up with it, with your leader, Satan, these lying, hypocrite preachers and teachers of the earth, teaching man's testimony, never explaining to you who Adonai really is. How can a fool understand another fool? So I leave this with you, and I will tell you more of my dreams later. There are more. How can a fool that doesn't read understand what is written by the word of Adonai? It must be placed, I tell you, it must be placed as it was told in the books from Mushi and Elias and Elijah, and the word of Adonai in the flesh of the guy you call Jesus. But that was the word in the flesh. Read John from chapter 9, 10, and 11, and 12. You believe in the word of the person, not of the skin or his color, but the word that was in that person, which developed itself, transfigured itself into Miriam. You call her Mary. And he also transfigured himself into Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist. Remember now, no man born of woman is greater than he who was sent, meaning John the Baptist, spoken of by the word of the person you call Jesus. But you say that Mary was most blessed, but the one that you say most blessed, a woman that they pray to today from Europe, the word of Adonai states that no woman is more blessed than the one that produced John the Baptist. Now, wasn't John sent to prepare the way, like I told you before? John was sent from God to Elizabeth to prepare the way for the one you call Jesus. So who comes first, John or Jesus? According to history and prophecy, John came first, and the word spoke that he would. And what was his job? To prophesy the coming of the second angel. John was sent to prepare the way for the second spirit, which are one. Read again, I tell you listeners, read Revelations chapter 2, verse 1, where it states, quote, I am he who walk in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. That means each candlestick is me. It's my word. These 7 eyes are my eyes. These 7 voices are my voices. These 7 lightnings are my voices. These 7 thunders is my utterance, my thoughts. These 7 candlesticks on my altar and my house, these 7 vials are my works. These 7 trumpets are spewed out when they blow. These 7 vials are poured down to you to understand before it's too late. Now, do you follow me? I'm a teacher. I'm Lee, the teacher. Take heed that you understand my words of my visions and my dreams.